This problem, they want us to find out if there's a significant relationship between the types of music and the different states of stress. So that makes this a test for independence chi-square test. So let's break out the formula. The big O means observed, that's recorded data, and the E is the expected data, that's where we have to figure out the individual cell counts. So we start with the given data, that's the observed. With this, we need to find the row totals and the column totals. And then we just erase all the cells, keep the totals. We need the totals to figure out what each individual cell count is going to be expected to be. And to do that, we take the row total, we multiply it by the column total. Whatever that product is, we divide it by the grand total. That's the 200 down here, and we just do it for each and every cell. So these are the expected values if the null hypothesis were true, and there was no difference, no relationship going on there. So we just follow the formula. Observed minus expected, there's those values. And we square those values. And then we divide those square values by the expected values again. And then we add all up those values, and that's going to give us our chi-squared test statistic. Now we got to find the degrees of freedom. Number of rows minus 1 times the number of columns minus 1. So for us, we have 2 degrees of freedom. Now we're going to look it up in the chi-squared distribution table. And again, I just cut out a chunk here just to look at it. So the green stripe is the 2 degrees of freedom row. And so we're looking where 16.62 would fall in. And it is past the last entry in the table. So that just means that our p-value is going to be less than the last one stated here. We just have a very small p-value, but we're going to double check that in Excel real quick. Please hold. In Excel, pick a cell, any cell, you're going to go to the function bar. Click the f of x. We're going to go to the chi-dist function. And our chi-squared statistics was 16.62 with 2 degrees of freedom. Click OK. There's the p-value, so that kind of agrees with what we have. There is another way to do this from the beginning. Click a cell, any cell, go to the function bar, make sure you're in statistical. We can just do a chi-test for convenience. First thing is it wants the observed data, that's the actual range. You just click and drag. Make sure you're clicked into the expected range, that's your expected values. Click and drag. Click OK. We should get the same number. And we did. Isn't Excel wonderful? Let's get back to our problem. So we know we have a very small p-value. Remember, small p-values are bad news for the null hypothesis. And our calculated p-value is less than the critical cutoff value of 0.05, so we are going to reject the null. Therefore, there is a significant relationship between the moods and the types of music. But we kind of already knew that already. So, hope you enjoyed it. MGZ out.